Hi, my name is Kevin. No, this is way too serious. This is a vlog about my first interview. Yeah, I went for an interview today, and it dawned upon me that when I thought about all my previous jobs, I never actually went for an interview. So today was my actual first interview out of like the 6 jobs I've ever had. So it was like, first job when I got my first job, which I still have, which is pharmacy assistant or whatever. I actually never went for an interview. I volunteered there at the time, and then I was there for work experience. And then afterwards, the boss was like, "Oh, you already know everything," and then they just sent me to training, and then I got the job, and that was it. So there was no interview there. Another time, I was working at an amusement park, and it was just like a group interview. It's not really like an interview like me and you here right now, but it was. I was just like, okay, that was weird. In group interview, it was like a huge crowd. I could have just fallen asleep right next to somebody's shoulder, and nobody would have been the wiser. The third one was a government job. The guy kind of called me, and he was like, "Hey, is this Kevin?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you live on this street?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, I checked all your references. You're hired." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that was all right." So that wasn't really even a phone interview. He just like confirmed my details, and then I just gave him a bit of my details, and that was it. Fourth job, I was at a game studio, same thing. It was just a group interview, and just flipped through some pages, and then I just signed a contract, done. I was like, all right. So, and then like fifth job, it was like writing, and then people would discover me, and then eventually I just write for them part-time here and there every month or so. I was just, all right then. So and then I got that job too. So today I actually went for my very first interview, about like 6 jobs in. My actual first interview would have been actually 4 or 5 years ago if the economy didn't crash. This is a bit of a backstory about why I'm still don't have a career. Basically, when I got out of art school, I had an interview lined up to be an animator at some company that some friends recommended me to, but then the economy tanked, and then they canceled my interview a week later, and I was really, really devastated, and I was demolished. My morale dropped. I thought I was gonna be amazing already. I was only 19 years old at the time, and I graduated before I was 20, and I was already excited. I was ready to work in the animation industry, the 3D industry. 3D at that time was still very new. Not a lot of people knew how to use the software. I was willing to teach people, share my knowledge and everything, but it never went through. So I was really sad. It carried on for about 2 years. I caught a disease that was life-threatening for a bit. I fought it off within those 2 years, and at the same time I like continued improving my skill set with the 3D itself. And then it brings me all the way to sort of programming, and then programming I went through another 2 years of hell, got another life-threatening disease that's now pretty under control. Sorry, I still have a little cold, so my voice sounds a little weird, and I just went through a 1-hour interview where I just like non-stop talked, and I rarely ever dress up this nice for anything, I guess. I don't know, like I even styled my hair strangely and differently today, and it was good. I actually liked doing the interview. I was interviewed by 2 wonderful ladies, and it was for a training position, so it was just hope I get the job. If not, well, I hope I hear back anyways for some sort of news, whether or not I'm picked or not. It's that's just fingers crossed. Who knows? And it went, I think it went well. I was like, I tried to make myself as animated as possible. I explained my goals and everything, and why I wanted this, and how it'll help me, as well as also why I also want to help the company that I'm currently working with. It was my very first interview. It was really nervousing. I prepared for it for a couple weeks. I did research, I did background checks, I checked competitors, various other things. It was almost like a mini project too, just to get it all done, and I had to make a 5-minute presentation that I've been drumming up in my head all these weeks coming up to this day. And then I kind of just wrote it last night, and then just kept rereading it over and over. I could barely even sleep. I had like a 2-hour nap before I went there. Grabbed some coffee for the 2 people, and then things worked out. Gave one to the receptionist. The other one actually didn't drink coffee. I'll get them something next time. And I gotta say, like, guys, when I don't know, it's exactly as what I thought an interview would be. It was very entertaining for me. I don't know if I'll get a job or not. I had fun going to the interview. I wanted to make sure like even the two people that were interviewing me was entertained as well. To me, it's more of like one of these things that I'm trying to make a video for you guys. But it's our first interview, guys. I can't believe it. So I didn't think. Yeah, so it's like I always thought my first interview would be like for an animator job or like a 3D job, but it wasn't. It's for something else. It's kind of cool that like I'm still working towards my project on my own, and that there's other opportunities that's coming in as well while I can still juggle my previous plate of things to do. So yeah, I just wanted to share my excitement. I was like, you know, you guys always got to keep your head up for opportunities. When you have an interview, you got to make sure you're animated. You show nothing but the best of yourself. Tell yourself you're the boss of the world before you go in. Like, all you see, all you do, be the best, be what you be, will make you what you want to be. And just carry yourself like a monster that won't scare away people. So it's just, you know, you'll continuously astound them. Through my interview, I went way off topic into like all the hobbies and things I do and various other professions that I'm into for the interview, and like the two people seemed really interested in what was going on. I told them a few stories of like my work experience and how it led to this. Even though I exposed myself to various departments as well, just to make sure that I have some sort of perspective from those other places. So I really put like, I don't know, a crazy amount into it, but I expected nothing less from myself. So something like that is what you should expect for that 1 minute trailer I'm working for you guys in my game. The reason why it's taking so long is that I actually trashed out an entire sequence somewhere along the way, and actually took part in the section where I said I should group all the parts together and start animating it. So I started doing that now, and there's a very more realistic, polished form about it. But you guys will see that later in like before and after kind of thing, side by side, at what I'm talking about. So that's it for this vlog. It's just my first interview, and this is just a short story. That's it. It was quite an amazing morning. I woke up at 6 a.m., prepared myself for a whole hour, and then I made breakfast, got dressed, looked nice. So it was just like the full outfit here. It's like oh, la-di-da. And oh yeah, one last thing. So shout out to that person that found me in town the other day. I cannot believe you recognized me. You made me feel like a legend. Unfortunately, I was catching a cold at the time. Otherwise, I would have taken a selfie with you. So I don't really know your name. I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself better. I was really shy. You're that girl that was wearing a green jacket. You had glasses. And your hair goes down to about this length here. And you were sitting next to the friend that I really like. So I guess you're the only one who knows what she looks like now. But I gotta stop chasing her anyways. I can't be your shadow anymore. God. Unless something turns around or changes. I don't know. I'm still a friend though, but it's not like I'm saying goodbye or whatever. It's just I gotta take care of myself. I can only give so much before I run out of myself, basically. And I mean, I don't expect anything back. It's just I'm pretty happy. I'm glad I did all the things I did. No regrets. And yeah, you guys should carry yourself like that too every day. Full belief, and never believe the impossible is impossible. So I'll see you all next time. I'm Kevin, and you guys can call me KyrX. And for that person that recognized me in town, I'm going to take a selfie with you next time if I see you. I owe you one of that. So that's a shout out to you. I don't know your name. I'm sorry. We didn't introduce ourselves. I was just having a meal after I got off work with that chick, and that was it. Bye-bye for now. Hey dudes, so I didn't get the job. Unfortunately, that's not always how it works. I just wanted to add this last bit in before the end of the video, and I didn't actually post the actual video until I got the answer, because I didn't want to kind of like prematurely end it. So guys, you know, I didn't get the interview. They called me back. They at least gave me an answer. I was really appreciative of that. And they made it sound like I was like right next there to the person they chose. The only reason why I lost out was that the other person had experience doing it before, so they just went with that, and I'm not sure what happened. I'm pretty sure I went in and killed it, but sometimes it's not enough. In any case, though, I'll be heading back into the doors of game development and blog writing and my part-time job, so I guess not much has changed apart from the fact that now there's 2 people behind the employing desk that actually believe in me as well, because when they heard about my projects and they saw like some work in that interview, they were pretty amazed, and I guess that's all I got out of it, was that more inspiration and motivation from the people themselves that believe in me, and I guess that's all I need. So sometimes that's all you need, guys. Don't hang like a guillotine of expectation above your head, otherwise you're gonna end up chopping yourself off and then you'll feel really bad. So I'm just trying to come to terms with it right now. I give it my best shot and no regrets. So